It's been quite a turbulent year for James Gunn. On the one hand, his Superman movie, which the media and Warner Brothers desperately tried to spin as a success, underperformed at the global box office, and in spite of what the mainstream media shills keep trying to report, was considered within Warner Brothers something of a disappointment. Even amidst the company sale that we're seeing now, whether it's Paramount or Netflix that end up securing the bid for acquiring Warner Brothers, James Gunn's future is rather unclear. Yes, it's been reported that he got a very brief extension till spring 2027 on his contract, perhaps to finalize that Man of Tomorrow movie that he's working on, but it seems like beyond Supergirl, Clayface, Lanterns, and Man of Tomorrow, James Gunn may not get a lot more chances to work with this DCU, which until now has been rather divisive and certainly not the big brand that Warner Brothers was looking to build with DC when they hired Gunn, especially after failures of Superman and Peacemaker Season 2, which was a complete disaster. But I think that when it comes to Gunn's next big test, and maybe his biggest test yet, it's the upcoming movie Supergirl that's going to be released in 2026, starring Millie Alcock and Jason Momoa. Now, as you know, initially Jason Momoa was supposed to play a smaller role in this movie, but supposedly after Warner Brothers execs saw how great he seemed to be in that film, they wanted reshoots and they wanted to make him a more important part of the movie. And in my opinion, all of this happened after the underperformance of Superman and the fact that they wanted to add another marquee name to the movie because most people don't even know who Millie Alcock is, and they thought perhaps Jason Momoa could somehow salvage this movie from flopping. And today we got a trailer, and we finally got a feeling for what the movie is like, and maybe we can anticipate how well it'll do or not. So let me give you my reaction to it, which I'm going to do live right now. Okay, so it starts off with Crypto again, and he's pissing on a newspaper that has a picture of Superman. So he's quite literally pissing on Superman, which totally makes sense because James Gunn seems to love pissing on Superman. So there's that. And this is in addition to the fact that on the poster it says truth, justice, whatever, instead of the American way, which apparently James Gunn doesn't like that either. So basically James Gunn doesn't like Superman, doesn't like Supergirl, I guess, doesn't like anybody. One has to wonder why he's in charge of DC, to be honest. But let's get back to this video. And Supergirl is continuing her poor introduction from the previous movie. She's sort of drunk with a hangover, and the look and feel of it is complete James Gunn. So what we're seeing here is a combination of Guardians of the Galaxy, some girl bossing, and of course, very interesting, as opposed to Clark, who, lived a nice, charmed life. Supergirl had to really witness tough things and go through a tough life. Now, when it comes to this trailer, which I just watched, I'll say this. First of all, the look and feel of it is very much a James Gunn type of Guardians of the Galaxy situation, which I don't think is appropriate for Supergirl. I also don't love this idea that characters like Supergirl are all attitude. You don't need attitude. Sometimes you need a character that's heroic and wholesome and has some kind of, morals and ideals, and it could be a positive portrayal. Now, I didn't like how Supergirl was portrayed in the Superman 2025 movie, and James Gunn, instead of learning some lessons there and trying to course correct, he just doubled down on it. She is an arrogant, drunk girl boss here in this trailer, and there's really no way around it. I am not impressed with this trailer at all. It doesn't look that great. I'm not sold on Millie Alcock as Supergirl. I don't think she's a bad actress from what we saw in Game of Thrones, but at the same time, I don't know if she's good for this. And if they were just going to make her this kind of grumpy attitude girl, I don't think this was the right direction. Not only that, even the feeling that, she had to witness all this bad stuff on Krypton and the things that she went through, it almost reminded me of Galadriel from Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. You have not seen what I've seen. It's like, just shut up already. Why can't there be any movie that's sort of positive with positive heroes? Superman and Supergirl are these type of classic characters that could bring a little bit of positivity. The fact that James Gunn in his own personal life is kind of grumpy and cynical, that works When it's an ensemble movie like a Guardians of the Galaxy, he is absolutely not right for these characters. And when James Gunn was appointed, a lot of people said that they didn't think that he would be the right fit for it because of that reason, and he didn't prove them wrong. He is doing every single thing that's wrong for the DC franchise, and this movie is another misstep in my opinion, just based on this trailer. It's as if he took all the bad elements and mistakes he made in Superman and amplified them somehow, and I didn't even think that would be possible. Now, you never know, maybe at the end this will be a good movie, but I don't think that this trailer really sells it. Not to me at least, and I suspect that I'm not going to be the only one that's going to think that this is not a good trailer. But if you feel differently and you do like the trailer, feel free to let me know in the comments, or in general, I'd just love to hear your thoughts about it. And if you're new to my channel and you want to keep getting these type of DCU updates and movie reviews from an independent entertainment news reporter like myself, please make sure to like and subscribe, as it would really help my channel. Thanks for watching, my friends. Thank you, and good day.
I am such an awesome guy. I make so many videos.